So here's what we're gonna play with, just to get warmed up. So we're just playing with this gripping hierarchy, right? So we're just gonna use this concept. So I'm coming in again, I'm using that pinch grip right on the pad of the thumb to control the thumb. If I control the thumb, I control her hand, I control her wrist, and I control the elbow. You know, so by doing that, I start to create this scenario where I have these options. So again, as I open this up, if she hesitates and she doesn't do much, I can reach right across and get right behind this elbow. When I go for this arm drag, I'm pushing and I'm pulling to create that. When I see her shoulder dip, that's when I let go and I pull this arm through to get my arm drag. If I just grab and try to pull and I just let go, she can pull her elbow back and now we're in this tug of war, right? But when I get her shoulder to break forward, now if she tries to pull back, she doesn't have strength because I already broke her posture, right? So that's the first one. Second one, we go here. She reaches across to start breaking the grip off, whichever hand, yeah, and she's here. All I'm gonna do is the hand that she grabbed, I just turn that up to grab her wrist, and my other hand goes to the elbow and I get my 2-on-1. You know, and it seems like it shouldn't be that easy, but it is. Like I just go, and I've got my 2-on-1. This hand is right above the elbow, and I'm going middle finger and thumb. Like you'll find there's a little slot right there where the bone is, where I lock that in, and I'm grabbing here with my palm facing me, so I've got this control here, right? The next one is she just takes the arm to the outside to break the grip, and that gives me my underhook. So I come in, I get my underhook, back of my hand to the back of her, to her back, to her spine. So we're here in this control. That lifts my elbow, so that starts to give me my off balancing in this direction so I can start into my sweeps. She takes both of them out. We got double underhooks. And I'm in, you know, with my double underhook game. And so I can come in and I can go gable grip, I can go S grip, you know, whatever, you know, grip you like, but I'm connecting there to get my control. You know, so we're just gonna play with this little gripping hierarchy, just starting with this initial double, you know, double thumb grip. So again, we're here, she hesitates, I hit the arm drag, she reaches across, I turn it to the 2-on-1, she takes one arm out, I get my single underhook, she takes both arms out, I get my double underhooks. Make sense? So let's play with that kind of back and forth, just kind of, you know, getting used to that. And then we'll take that into the rest of our connections to start our sweeps, right? Let's hit it. 3, 2. You know, we're playing here, I'm playing off of the reaction. So whatever reaction she gives me, right, she comes across, I immediately turn. As soon as I get my grip, my big thing is I want to bring my hips in. Because now that I've got this control, I can start to off balance her, but I need to get my hips under her hips. Otherwise, I got to use my upper body to pull her, right? And I don't want to get in the habit of pulling a lot because that's going to use a lot of energy. So once I get here, I'm sliding in and getting my feet off the mat, right? So we're just going to add this component, right? Is getting here. So no matter what she decides to do, I'm getting there, right? It doesn't matter, you know, she goes, you know, we hit the arm drag, I'm sliding in, you know, as well, right? She, you know, she opens it up, yep, sliding in, you know, she takes one arm out, I'm sliding in, right? We're just getting that in the habit of that, right? And once I slide in, if I'm with a single, my feet are still kind of on the mat because of the angle I'm at. If I'm sliding directly in, when I get here, I'm getting my feet off the mat, right? So when my feet are on the mat, then I'm kind of stuck to the mat and I'm not connected to her. So I want to get off the mat and connect to her so that as she starts to try to deal with the situation, she's going to start moving because she's like, oh, this is a bad spot. And it's actually she's going to off balance herself, which is what we're going to play with after this. But for right now, we're still playing the gripping game. We're just adding that slide in, you know. So again, if it's a single, I'm sliding in, you know, getting that single underhook and kind of turning to my side. If it's a double, I'm coming in this way, whether it's there or it's here, right? If I get the arm drag, I'm coming around the corner this way, right? So we're just working on adding that scoot in component right after I get the grips. Does that make sense? Cool, let's hit 3, 2, 1. Right, so let's say she reaches across, we get that 201, right? And I'm wanting to hit this sweep. So as I get ready to go for this sweep, one of the things she can do is just use brute force to pull this arm out, right? So if she's bigger and stronger than I am, she may just force this move, right? And she's like, no, I'm not going to get swept to that direction. So as I rock back and I start to sweep, she opens that up. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to come right to the back of her shoulder with my thumb pointed towards my face. And what I want to be on is what's the joint line. So it's almost like right where the seam of her rash guard is. That's where I want my hand, right there. So, and I'm pointing my thumb towards my face and I connect in a gable grip. From here, I'm going down with my left elbow, up with my right elbow to get this shoulder punch. And it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel like this isn't a tight control, but that's because this is a wedge. This is holding her here. She tries to pull her arm out. She has to sit up to do it. So if she pulls up and out, we sit up with her and we keep it, right? And we're here. And then when I go for my sweep, I just pull her back and get it up. Right? If she doesn't pull back, I just sweep it. But we'll get reps of coming up just because this is a common thing that's going to happen. So she reaches across, we turn it into the 2-on-1. I go to sweep her, she pulls out, I go right to this shoulder crunch. So I'm going thumb to the back of her shoulder, gable grip, elbow up, getting her arm up on my shoulder. Right? If she doesn't sit up, I can sweep her right now. She starts to sit up though, so I sit up with her. If I don't, and I just stay here and she sits up, her arm comes out, right? So I'm here, so as she sits up, I just kick her with my legs, go ahead, so I can slide my hips away and sit up. Now that I'm here, I fall back with the pressure right into her shoulder to pull her forward, and then we kick her over. Does that make sense? So let's play with that one first, because we're getting a little more complicated now, and then we'll come back and we'll work on the options from the other ones we made defend, right? Let's hit it. 3, 2, 1. Other options, we're just going over singular options for each one of these to give you a pathway and an understanding of where we're going, right? So if we go here, yeah, like you said, if I hit this arm drag, when I hit this and I pull this, I'm going to scoot around the corner. And when I go here, I go from the elbow to the wrist, and I straighten my arm and I pin her hand to the mat, right? So now I can pull my leg out and I can start coming up, and so now I can go wherever I want to go. I can simply grab her hip, pull her back, take her back. I could come out, trap her arm, start playing crucifix options, wherever you want to go. But we'll just add in, when I hit this, I'm scooting out, pin to the wrist, and coming up. And then you can decide where you want to go from there. But just getting to here is going to be the first part of this, right? So, if we're here, and she pulls the arm out, and I slide in and I get to here, the next step from here is I'm leaning this way, and I go from the wrist to the elbow. So now as I fall, I'm pushing off the mat with my right foot, and my left foot kicks to the ceiling to get the sweep. All right? So again, she pulls one arm out, I slide in, back of the hand to her back. We're here. I'm already leaning this way to start to break her posture. I go from the wrist to the elbow. If she goes and she starts posting that hand on the mat, then I'm going to pin the wrist. And this is where pushing off the mat's going to really matter, because if I can get her weight over her hand, she's still going to fall. So I have to really push off my right foot and be able to get her weight over that hand to get that up. So if she doesn't post, I pull the elbow in. If she posts, I just pin the wrist, right? So if we're here, she pulls both arms out. We get that double unders. When when I hit that double unders, I'm sliding in and I'm rocking back. So I want this, right? Now that I have this, I can start attacking our aushi situations, knee bars, wherever she goes off of that situation, right?
Floppy, sorry.
It's all right. So when she pulls both out, we're sliding in, elevating, getting to here, and then this is where we can start playing with different, leg entry stuff. For now, I would just shoot the aushi and get used to that. So when she pulls out and we get here, all I'm doing is my hand comes across, my other hand comes to the knee. I shoot my leg through and come right to the aushi, right? So we've got that off of the double, right? She turns the hands up. It's the exact same thing, only I'm going to the elbows this time, right? So I go to the elbows, rock back, elevator, shoot through, back to my aushi, right? If she does the reach across and she grabs the arm, and I turn this into a 2-on-1, what we're gonna do, and again, we have options here of where you wanna go, but we're just gonna use this to sweep because I have the post, right? So just like we were doing when I have the underhook, I'm gonna start getting her weight going this way. Because I have her arm, like as I pull her arm, I've got to get her coming forward a little bit to get her posture to break. So I do fall back a little bit more with this one than just straight to the side. So I come in, and then we come over, right? Because I got to get her weight coming forward first to make her hips light to be able to kick her over. Makes sense? So again, on that one, she reaches across. I turn that up, get that 2-on-1. I'm sliding in, kicking over to the mat. Right? So we had the arm drag to the back, pinning the wrist. We've got, they pull both arms out. We got the double unders. We elevate them, go to aushi. They turn them up. We grab the elbows. We elevate them, go to aushi. They pull one arm out. We get the single underhook. Grab the elbow, hit the butterfly sweep. And if they go 2-on-1, we grab that, we fall back, hit the butterfly sweep. Make sense? Let's try it. 3, 2, 1.